Konnichiwa, Street Fighter fans. Domo arigato. I give you Chun-Li versus Zangief. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Learning the Art of Shinjutsu with me, Sensei Ado. I say yes, Sensei. You say yes, Sensei. We all say yes, Sensei. And we move on. Yes, Sensei? Yes, Sensei. Take a bow. Never lose eye contact or you'll lose your head. Take a bow and we'll move on. What, if anything, is the take home from this clash? Never mistake Chun-Li for a Japanese woman. It is a huge insult to both nations, both empires. Sorry. Although it is forgiven and forgivable to address a Chinese woman in this manner and therefore bridge the gap between the histories shared between the Japanese Empire and the Chinese Empire. It is acceptable to greet a Chinese lady in this manner. I once looked upon the Empress of Japan and I am ashamed. And yet seeing you now, I am reminded of her radiance and I am ashamed still. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a battered, bless her, look at her. This is a battered, bless her, Green Destiny from the movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I've had it for a very, very long time and she is the perfect indoor training sword. So if you'll forgive me, in Japanese culture, a samurai would not reveal his blade, even for a glint, which is the measurement. This is a glint. Not even for a glint would a samurai reveal his blade, lest it be wetted, if you follow me. But this is a glint, okay? There you go, there's a glint. And you know what it's used for in combat? To catch the rays of the sun. You can see the effect. To catch the ray of the sun and blast it into the enemy's eyes. That is a glint. But should a samurai have to threaten an enemy enough to reveal a glint before resheathing his sword after the disturbance is settled by the samurai, he would in actual fact nick his own thumb to wet the blade for having shown a glint in the first place. And the blade would be returned to its scabbard, wetted sated where it could rest. It is known as the Green Destiny. And take a look at her, she's a beaut. Right. An absolute beaut, yeah, we can all agree. If you haven't yet or ever seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Michelle Yeoh and Chow Yun-fat in an Ang Lee production, seek it out, it's superb. Back to Shinjutsu in the ancient spiritual Japanese art of the world warrior. Ladies, here's Chun-Li. And here's what Chun-Li has taught me. Chun, super fast, completed the original Street Fighter cabinet, first of all with Chun, because she was super fast. Okay, everybody, on one foot, up on one foot. It's easy for as long as you like. I promise you, if you sway with the breeze and be like a tree, ninjas, be like a tree, you can stand on one foot forever. When your feet ache, stand on one foot. Learn from the desert lizard who lifts alternate legs and feet and hands to cool them off, to take the pressure off. Chun taught me this. Excuse me. Ha, 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 ha. Okay, that's an easy one to practice. Very similar to the 100-hand slap. Chun simply does 3 progressively higher kicks. Okay? You're on one foot for as long as you need to be still, to take the time to throw 3 kicks. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah? Okay? Always come down with your heel out. Bang. Always come down on your heel. Bang. You won't break your toes that way. Okay? Yes, Sensei? Yes, Sensei. Okay, so try it again. You're up on one foot for as long as you need, so long as you are still as a tree, and you sway with the breeze. And then you throw 3 progressively higher kicks and slam your foot down and land on your heel. Okay, it's very easy. Ready? You want to follow me? There's a song we sing in England called Knees Up Mother Brown, your drawers are hanging down. Right, Chun's up on one foot, 3 progressively high kicks, yeah, and then down on your heel, okay? Sa, 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 sa. And there you go, that is the beginnings of Chun's 1,000-foot kick, I believe. Unless I stand corrected, it is only a 100-foot kick. Or it is possibly Eddie Honda's 1,000-hand slap, but not 100-hand slap. Or the other way around, Vicky Barker. But eventually you will be able to master a 100-foot kick and a 100-hand slap using the technique in the previous clip about how Eddie Honda's 100-hand slap is simply 3 progressively further reaching punches thrown. Yeah? And that's the beginnings of what a repulsive move it is. If you follow me, it like a rugby handoff, like I say. Eddie will go, but then he'll throw another 50 at you. Yeah, and break every rib in your body. If he doesn't grab you in a bear hug and go, hoots, hunts, 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 and crush your ribs that way. Chun, on the other hand, is a whole different class to Eddie Honda. There is nothing brutal about Chun Li at all. She is totally elegant. She is totally kick-ass. And to her, Emma, her, oh, I really want Chun to win this fight. Don't we, Britain? Street Fighter fans. I'm sorry, but that brings us on to Agent of M. Bison's Zangief. What's the first thing comes to mind when we think of Zangief? The spinning pile driver that takes off more than 2/3 your energy bar. So word to the wise, do not engage this Russian agent. What we have learned from observing this Soviet wrestler turned secret agent turned double agent turned rogue turned world warrior Zangief is this. Quite simply, when in a crowd, arms outward, sooner or later one of them's going to connect. Doesn't matter who goes down. Zangief's spinning windmill kicks, punches rather, will take out a crowd, will disperse a crowd. He is a mean motor scooter and not to be engaged. Do not attempt, for example, to throw Zangief. He will grab you and spinning pile driver you to death, breaking and crushing your neck bones and skull to powder. So Chun would simply bounce in and out, heavy kick, heavy kick, heavy kick. On the way down, bounce back out. Don't spinning bird kick him because you'll end up at his feet and he will grab you and he will grind you into the ground. Okay, that is enough for Chun Li Zangief. I'll see you for round 3. Fight! Perfect!